Welcome back to the Tech Newsletter. It's a pleasure to have you back. I know I've been missing for a while, but I promise I won't go anywhere. On this episode, I'm going to be explaining what is a digital twin. Now, this is a very nuanced topic, very complex, and it's used in many different industries for many different purposes. Later, I'm going to speak about the articles that I've done. So, I've done specific articles on how a digital twin is created, which is based on your consumer behavior in order to predict your next purchases. And this is used in e commerce, many different industries. Now, this idea or this concept can become very confusing and very difficult to understand. So, we're going to take a few steps back and say, what is a digital twin? I'll explain exactly what it is. And then we'll get into how the articles get there. And of course, you have a bit more understanding. So, when we actually say, okay, Lobola, what is a digital twin? So, it's a virtual representation of an object or system. All right. Now, this sounds quite vague, right? So I'm going to be using an example of a wind turbine. It's one of the most elegant ways that I've seen it explained, and I'll also use the same wind turbine example to go deeper and longer into all the other issues so that it's easier to flow with it. I hope you're going with me, right? Now, you have a physical wind turbine, right? I don't know, this looks like a sunflower, so terribly drawn. Okay, so you've got a physical wind turbine. Now, you have an actual wind turbine, which is an object or system, and you now need to optimize. So your goal is to increase power production. So you want more power. Now, you create a virtual system or a virtual replica of this wind turbine, and you use the live data which you get. And using this live data, you run tests, you change scenarios which you wouldn't need to change on your actual physical turbine because you're generating power. And then you use these actual insights that you gain here to improve your physical wind turbine. This is a very important idea because you find that the concept of a continuous process which runs where you're able to take live information from various data points in your object or system, and then you're able to then run different experiments, different tests to gain insights so that you can be able to increase your power. Now, you take this idea and you take it in different industries, and you remember the aim is to use your virtual environment or your virtual representation of your object in order to increase your ideas. Now, one of the things that's very important to understand early on, right, is there's things called simulations. Now, a digital twin is not a simulation, all right? It's very important for people to understand this. The main difference is that a digital twin receives live information or receives data continuously throughout the process or throughout the day when you're generating power. You are then receiving the information from various data points on your turbine. So you've got your generator on each single blade, right? A simulation, right, is a predefined scenario. So it's a set scenario. This one is static. So it's a static environment. For example, let's say you once had a storm, right? And then when you had a storm, you generated because of the storm and the wind and everything, you produced extra power. So you want to run a simulation that if the very same type of storm occurs, and what type of how much energy would you be able to produce. So this is a static environment, which is not an ongoing environment, similar to what happens in the digital twin, right? It's very important. I think you can be able to go a bit deeper into that, but I don't think we need to go more into that, right? Now, the use cases. This is a very important point. So let's say in power gen, in manufacturing, in town planning, and also recently, like I said, in predictive analytics. So this is where you now find data, personal data comes in. So, for example, when you're now saying, okay, on manufacturing, you can take this very same ideas and you think about the manufacturing of certain products, your manufacturing plant, you can create a virtual environment for that in order to increase the amount of production of what you're making. Your town planning, you can say, okay, in certain scenarios, like what's happening in regards to traffic, you getting live data and you're running simulations, and also how you can be able to improve and increase. So there's many different aspects to it. What I spoke about on the predictive analytics is now, for example, your customer data or your personal data is now used to create a digital twin of you. And using that digital twin, they now predict what your next purchases are. Or let's say, based on your past behavior or recent behavior, what would you be interested in? And then they use that digital twin. So remember, this is sourced by your personal data. But I'll speak about that in a few minutes, right? On the last point that I wanted to speak about, well, not the last point I wanted to write about, is there's also different types of data twins. This part is important to understand, right? So, for example, there's a component twin. So just say a single part. So let's say, for example, on your blade, let's say if you want to change the shape of a specific blade, right? On a specific component on your wind turbine. If you change that blade, how much power can you produce? This is where you would now look for a component twin. So you would look for a specific sensor, a single part, right? The next one is called an asset twin. So this one is multiple parts. Now, for example, now you're saying your entire wind turbine. You're talking about your generator, you're talking about each blade, you're talking about the actual, what's that thing called which twists everything? Yeah. So you're talking about multiple parts working together. That would be an asset twin, right? The next type of data twin is something called system twin. Now, a system twin we can just say this is the wind farm. So I think, let me pull this closer to me so I don't have to. So for example, now you're saying, okay, this is just one wind turbine. Imagine now you've got 30 wind turbines generating power. How do they work together as a system? How does each individual wind turbine work? And that live data is now brought into your virtual environment, which is a system twin. So it's a digital twin, which is a system twin. So it's the entire system, right? And then the final one is something called a process twin. Now, the process twin is, let's say, for example, your wind farm to generate power. So now you take the entire wind farm and you say how much power is it, and then now that generation of power and that moving that power towards your actual grid, how does that work? So that would be the process twin, right? I think this is a good point for me to now switch to the articles that I spoke about. On the articles, the first thing that I'll put up right here is there's something called the Tata Digital Services. I think it's Tata Consulting Services, something like that. They created a document or an image which is called a digital twin. So now this idea of digital twin now being taken onto you, being used in different things to predict your health, being used in e-commerce. This is very important for people to understand that the very same concepts and ideas that I've been talking about can now be translated to you, right? I wrote two specific articles. I'm going to put their links in the description, right? One which I did is one called the value of personal information. Now, people need to understand, like, okay, how much value and how is your personal information being collected and used, and what is the actual value? What do these platforms that you go onto, what is their main source of revenue, and how come that source of revenue is based off or how does that main source of revenue it shows actually that your personal information is a big part of their revenue. So when you begin to understand that dynamic, it's very important for you to also understand exactly what you're giving away and what it's used for. The second article, I tried to split the two because it's a massive amount of information, to be honest. It's actually a real dark hole. But the second article I did is predictive analytics, where you actually now say, okay, what is your digital twin? Similar to the Tata Consulting Services image that I put, what is your digital twin? Where does it lead to? And how do they now predict? How do they collect this information? How is this digital twin created? And what is predictive analytics used in terms of your behavior? These two ideas are very important. These two articles are very important to understand, and I would really advise you go, you read them, you take your time. Of course, there are much more technical articles that have been done. There are much more deeper ideas which go into it, but it's very important for you to understand where we are now and where we're going and where this leads to and what it's done. I think I don't want to make the video any more longer. If there's something I'm missing, please feel free to share. I'll try and make sure that I stay way more disciplined so that I'm able to produce more articles and also be able to produce more videos. I'm going to continue producing more videos in terms of the data analytics, in terms of the building data science, in terms of the building AI. So those ones are much, much more technical and are not more general ideas that shift between different industries and different ideas. That's it. This is taking too long. Bye.